Everyone has a MyDNA guidebook describing who they are. Deep within that book, there is a chapter, or gene, titled C9ORF72. Normally, this chapter has a concisely written sentence, or sequence, that can be repeated anywhere from 2 to 24 times. However, the MyDNA book of individuals with FTD-ALS can have hundreds to even thousands of repeats. FTD is the disease presentation when degeneration of neurons in the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain occurs. It's characterized by changes in behavior and changes in language abilities. ALS is the presented disease when motor neuron degeneration occurs. It is characterized by muscle weakness, muscle atrophy, and loss of muscle control. FTD-ALS represent different manifestations of the same neuropathological disease spectrum. Patients can develop either or a combination. So how can this identified feature be targeted to help treat FTD-ALS? Introducing Mr. CRISPR, the MyDNA book editor. Mr. CRISPR can specifically identify these abnormal extra sequence repeats in C9ORF72. Mr. CRISPR edits the MyDNA book back to health by removing the extra repeated sequences. Mr. CRISPR needs to reach the reader, aka the brain, but the readers are well protected by the ocean, or the blood-brain barrier. To do this, he must use special forms of transportation to cross the blood-brain barrier. He can take the airplane, ship, or even swim. Mr. CRISPR successfully editing out these extra harmful repeats in C9ORF72 would be great, but scientists are currently addressing several challenges in making this a safe therapy for FTD-ALS. In reality, finding an effective and safe delivery method to help Mr. CRISPR cross the blood-brain barrier is difficult, and some delivery systems can have toxic side effects. Mr. CRISPR needs to get to every reader in different locations, different parts in the brain, but it can be difficult for Mr. CRISPR to reach every single reader. Although Mr. CRISPR tries his best, he can have different efficiency in correcting the extra sequences in the C9ORF72 chapter. Another important safety challenge is ensuring Mr. CRISPR doesn't have off-target editing in chapters outside of C9ORF72. These could harm other important functions encoded by the MyDNA book. Overall, Mr. CRISPR is a promising gene therapy for diseases like FTD-ALS. With additional ongoing research, scientists can address remaining challenges in therapy delivery to ensure patients receive the best and safest therapy in curing FTD-ALS.